The Five Stripes go back to their winning ways. What a result in the U.S. Open Cup. Came alive and caught fire in that second half, 3-0. And now we hope momentum continues for a double homestand back in Mercedes-Benz Stadium against D.C. United. That's Jason Longshore. I'm Joe Fryhofer. This is your AT&T Countdown to Kickoff. Jason, nobody knows about the action and the fraction better than you. We saw Nick Firmino get back to his usual scoring ways. Took until that second half, but what an evening for the young man and for the Academy kids as a whole.
Yeah, the nature of this match against Charlotte Independence, they played like a lot of teams that we've seen in MLS play against Atlanta United. Put numbers behind the ball, make a line of 5-4-1. You got to break it down. It took some time to figure that out. You had a kind of a mix and match lineup. So it took a while to build that chemistry, but when you did, you start to find Nick Firmino in dangerous spots. Great work from Matthew Edwards on the short-term call-up as well, the captain of Atlanta United too, really delivering a top performance. He assists on that first goal. Luke Brennan was dangerous throughout the whole match, just constantly running at defenders, making them want to go home. It was a great performance from Brennan. Aiden Torres makes his debut. You get a goal from Rios late. So many good things coming out of that game. Noah Cobb steps in, first half injury replacement for Stian Gregerson. He delivers a great performance. Morales part of the clean sheet. Josh Cohen, we could keep going, but now you want to keep that vibe going into Saturday.
6 matches right now, 17s in the next 3 weeks. Stian Gregerson was out with a concussion during that U.S. Open Cup match, so he will not be available.
You've got to use the whole roster right now. There's just no way around it. So this Open Cup game on Tuesday, off the back of the Saturday match, then looking ahead to this weekend, you got minutes for a lot of different players. You built confidence from a lot of different players on Tuesday. Ronald Hernandez, Dax McCarty. Jay Fortune, I thought, is another one who had a great performance. So now you're in a better position going into Saturday where the games are gonna pile up right now. You have to look ahead at this result, but then you go to Cincinnati on Wednesday. You play 2 games next week. Then you have another Open Cup game. So you're gonna have to rotate players. And it's harder to do when you don't have confidence because you're not getting wins, you're not getting goals. That Open Cup game has to spark more confidence, more goals. We saw this in 2019 as well. You go back to 2019, that Open Cup run added games to the overall workload, but it also added confidence and increased the depth of the squad.
5 high-value chances against Minnesota United. The Loons, 0 during that match. We hope now that the numbers can add up and we continue to build this momentum against the big Belgian Christian Benteke up top, who's in 4th right now in the Golden Boot race in MLS.
We had a chance to talk to Noah Cobb, who will be tasked with dealing with Christian Benteke a good bit. He spoke to the media on Thursday. And Noah was really smart about it for a young player. You don't want to get into a physical battle with Benteke for 90 minutes. It's not really where you want to live. You don't need to challenge him up the field on those direct balls that DC will play. They're not going to try to build up a ton. They're going to play long to Benteke. You don't want him to flick it on into a dangerous spot, and you don't want him to bring it down and be able to turn and play with his feet. You don't need to go up and fight with him all day. He's going to win that. He enjoys that. You've got to make sure that it's a team effort. It's not just Noah Cobb. It's Luis Abram. It's Bartek Sliš. It's the entire group around Benteke limiting his effectiveness.
From the fraction to the Gulch, we'll be back 4:04 Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is a 7:30 kickoff through the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. And don't you forget, 17s, Mike Conti and Jason Longshore, switch over your audio to the home radio team.
Yeah, you can do that right before the game starts. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 with Abe Gordon, Garrett Chapman. We'll talk to Garth Lagerwey in the middle of our pregame show. Full-time report will take you home, but you can always listen on 92.9 The Game and the Odyssey app, as well as Apple TV MLS Season Pass.
Jason Longshore, Joe Fryhofer, 17s. We'll see you Saturday for another 3 points.